Today we're going to be working our entire bodies head to toe using the absolute best piece of workout equipment there is, just your body. Hi, my name's Mariah. Welcome so much to my Wealthy Boss channel. Every week I bring you free barre, Pilates, and yoga workouts. So if you like free workouts, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Now, today's workout is intense, but please feel free to take it at your own pace. You can always make it a little harder or easier based on how far deep you bend into your ranges of motion. Stay safe, have fun, get some water, and let's do this.
We're going to start today in a wide second position, finding a little plie with a little tap. Plie and tap. So you're tapping alternate sides each time, just finding a little bit of movement here, starting to wake that heart up, wake the body up. And then from here, we're going to add a little rotation. So just reaching across the body with that little tap, plie, tap, plie. Good. Maybe you start to make these a little bit bigger, reach a little bit further. Nice, just finding your own little rhythm here. Perfect. Good, we're gonna keep this going just another 10 seconds. Woo, nice. And then from here, we're gonna come back in that plie, and then we're gonna pick up and rotate over to a lunge in one direction. Good. Come back to the center, and then we're gonna repeat to the same side as before. Let's do that 2 more times. Plie and lunge. Plie. Now I want you to hold your lunge. Hold your lunge. From this lunge, I want you to pick up the back knee. Ooh, big step into a standing knee lift, and then reach it back for a lunge. Good. Pick it up strong into a standing knee lift. Take it back down. Pick it up nice and strong, I know, balance challenge. And then shoot that leg behind you. This time that back leg comes long. We're gonna reach forward for our calf lengthening. So as we reach, you pick that back heel up off the ground. And then as you come upright, you lower it down. It's a reach, come back. Reach, come back. So we're lengthening into that calf muscle so that we can get deeper into our lunges later on. Good. It's going to give us more range of motion. We'll get some better work out of that. Perfect. We're going to hold it forward now. Hold it forward. I'm going to have you reach down for the ground and then pick it right back up. Oh, yes. So that front knee stays bent. Reach it down. Good. Lift it back up. We want to get super sweaty during our warm up. That's going to help us get better work. Get deeper into these poses. You got it. Here's 3. Woo! Here's 2. 1. Now stay with me here. I want you to reach the arms forward, 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 forward. Yes. We still have a deep bend in that front knee. We're going to shift the weight all the way into that front standing leg. Squaring off the hips, belly hugs in. That back leg, we're just going to lift up and tap and up and tap. Here's 3. Oh my goodness. 2. 1, we're gonna step it in, sweep the arms overhead, oh my goodness, and then take it back from a plie, and then we're gonna lunge over to the other side. Good, so alternating plie forward, lunge to the other side, plie, pick that back heel up for the lunge, last time, and then we're gonna hold that lunge. Good, so we hold that lunge, big step up as we straighten into the standing leg, drive that back knee in towards the chest, and then reach it back for that lunge. I know it's a lot, you're doing great. Big knee drive in towards the chest. You got it. We have balance. We have a little bit of cardio here with that elevation change. Good. 1 more. We're going to hold that knee up now. Now shoot that leg back behind you for a lunge. This time it's a long-legged lunge. We're going to hinge forward, but pull the belly in so you've got a nice flat back. You're going to send the heel away from the ground as you reach forward, and then as you return upright, send that heel down. Good. And up, and then send it back. Reach it forward, send it up and back for 3. Here's 2. Here's 1. You got it. We're going to reach it forward again. So remember, we're still bent into that front standing leg. We're going to reach arms forward, forward, forwards. It's almost like a warrior 3, except that standing knee is bent. Back leg lifts up and tap. Up and tap. You got it. Here's 3. Use your exhale to lift, inhale to lower. Last one. Perfect. And then you're gonna come all the way up. Oh my goodness, yes. Step back towards the center and feet are gonna be hip width distance apart this time. And we're gonna find a squat into a heel raise. So we squat down, and then as we come up, lift those heels off the ground. Squat, little balance challenge here. So we are bringing the balance challenges to you today, fast and furious. It's all good for you though. Perfect. Keeping you on your toes, literally. It's gonna be a great workout today, by the way. We have just a total body challenge that you don't even need any equipment for. Just a miracle of your body. Your body is the best form of exercise equipment there is. We're gonna take full advantage of that today. Good, let's do 3. Here's 2. Here's 1. You got it. We're moving into our upper body warm-up next. So we're gonna come down onto the mat into a side plank. So we're gonna see if we can get that full extension of the plank today. If not, you can take one knee under you, but I want that knee to come kind of all the way under the hip if we're doing that. And we're gonna add a rotation. So we're gonna exhale, thread that top hand through, maybe peeking down underneath at the mat, and then inhale, reach it up. Good. Exhale, take it underneath you. Inhale, reach it up. Good. Let's do this 2 more times. Here it goes, and then you're gonna pivot forward into a regular plank. So pulling belly up, but the hips are as low as the ribs. We're gonna alternate now, tapping right hand to left shoulder, and then left hand to right shoulder. Right hand to left shoulder, left hand to right shoulder. Now, as we do this, how still could you keep your hips? The goal is to try to keep those hips super quiet, because obviously if I go like this and I do a huge movement side to side, that makes it a little bit easier, but I want to get the obliques involved in this action of steadying the hips side to side. So it's less about rotating from the waist and more about pulling into those deeper core muscles, into the transverse abdominis, the ones that connect directly to your spine. You got it. Are we still breathing? I need you to keep breathing, please. Good, and then from here, we're gonna take it into a side plank the opposite direction. So reaching fingertips up, you're gonna exhale, thread it through underneath. Good, inhale and open. We gotta warm up that upper body too, because we've got a lot of upper body action planned for you today as well. Inhale and reach it up. Last time here. Good deal. Now from here, we're coming down onto our forearms. I know, we're just powering through for this warm up. So forearms are on the ground. We're gonna keep the arms apart from each other so the hands separate so that we can keep the collarbones open. From here, toes are tucked, hips are low. We're gonna move the weight just a little bit forward to our saw position. So shoulders come just about 3 inches forward, the elbows, and then take it back. Good, send it forward, take it back. We got a few more of these to do. You can do it. Here's 3. Here's 2. 1. And then let's set it all the way down. Just a quick child's pose here. Catch your breath, but not too long because we got a lot of work to do. We want to keep that heart rate lifted. Let's spread those fingers wide. We're going to lift the hips up for just a quick downward facing dog. Find some length in the back of that body to round out this warm up. Good. And then just press the hands back. Let's slowly roll up 1 vertebrae at a time. You got it. So we definitely worked during our warm up. We definitely got some good benefit there. And now as we move into our bar portion, we are going to just get such amazing results because the body is so thoroughly warmed up. At least I am. I hope that's true of you. So we're going to be starting with our standing pose. Now you can be at a bar if you'd like for challenge or for a little bit of balance assist, or for more balance challenge, you can actually step away from the bar. From here, we're going to lunge down for a count of 3, 2, 1, and then come up quick. So it's down for 3, 2, 1, up quick, down for 3, 2, 1, up quick. Keep it going. So it's slow down and then a quick up. Slow down and then a quick up. Good. Let's do that one more time. And then we're gonna reverse. So we're gonna go down for 1 and then up for 3, 2, 1, down quick, up, 2, 1, down quick and up, 2, 1, down quick and up, 2, 1, you got it. Let's do 2 more just like this. Yes. And then moving into our pulses, you're gonna lower back down towards the bottom of that lunge. Keep your torso upright. There's no need to be hinging forward here. So shoulders are over hips. We're at the bottom of that lunge and it's a little lift up and down, up and down. Good. This is slow and controlled. It's not a bounce. So this is what a bounce looks like, and that does not do very much to strengthen your muscles. So this is what we want our pulses looking like. Good. We're aware of our posture. So you're looking upright at me. Good. Here's 4. Here's 3, 2. We're gonna hold it here. So hold the legs, and then I want you to just rotate towards that front knee and then back towards the midline. Towards that knee, maybe taking your gaze with you, back towards the midline. Here's 2. Here's 1. And then I'm gonna give you options for our cardio burst today. So these are intense. You can do at just speed, and maybe you're even holding on to a bar here for a balance. If you wanna go, instead of going slow, we're gonna go quick, just get that heart rate up a little bit at the end. Or if you'd like, you can reach it all the way up for a little lunge and knee balance, or you could take it all the way into a little hop. Yes, so it's a back and hop. Back and hop. Now only on the hop if your knees are okay with the bounce. We won't be doing these for very long. Woo, we don't need to be doing these for very long to feel them, do we? Let's do 5 more seconds. Here's 3, 2, and 1. Woo, very good. Let's come out of that. Just kind of give those legs a little shaky shake. And we'll pick up on the other side. So we get repositioned for our lunge. We want to make sure that we step wide enough far enough forward with that front heel that when we bend, the knee is right over the ankle, not over those toes. So once we're sure we've got that, we're going to start to lunge down for 3, 2, 1, up, quick, down, 2, 1, up, quick, and down, 2, 1, up, quick, and down, 2, 1, up, quick, last time, 2, 1, up, quick. Now we reverse that. So it's down, quick, up for 2, 1, down, quick, and up, 2, 1, down, quick, and up, 2, 1, drop it down, and up, 2, 1, keep it going. Last one like this. And we're gonna come back to the lower edge of our lunge, which by the way, is whatever your lunge looks like. You do not need to make your knees feel uncomfortable for this. Give me a little pulse up, 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 up. Remember, we practice these. These are slow and controlled. There's no balancing. In bar above, we say it's all muscle, no momentum. Good check in with that posture if you're starting to slouch. I know this is so good for you. We're working muscular endurance here. Your body is absolutely going to transform from this. Here's 3, 2, pause here. So the legs stay where they are, arms shoot out to the side, and we're gonna rotate towards that front knee and then make it back towards center. Good, take those arms around with you, squeezing belly in, squeezing from the waistline. Back towards front. Let's do that 2 more times. Last one. So good. Now we have the cardio burst to do still. So remember, you've got options. You can do speed here. So this is less about form, more about just getting that heart rate up. But we want to stay safe. You can hold on to something if you need to. If you want to take range of motion, you are driving that knee. This is kind of similar to what we did in our warm-up. Actually, it's exactly like what we did in our warm-up. Knee comes in, maybe just kind of taking those arms in opposition. And then if you wanted the full shebang, we're taking a little hop here at the top. Good. So let's keep it going. These are only going to last another 15 seconds. Woo, yes. So find what version works for you. You can even switch from one to the other. We're just peppering in a little bit of this cardio to help us feel amazing. Here's 2, Here's one, and come all the way up. That is so good. So we're just powering through these lower body movements before we go on to upper body. We are gonna start now with a single leg squat. So these are challenging. You can absolutely hold on to a bar next to you if you need. I want you to think about keeping the weight really stacked, and all the weight is transferred to the inside leg. Now the outside leg we sweep out to the side. We lower in a single leg squat and then lift that outside leg up as we come up to standing. Whoa, good. Now as you lean down, you want to make sure that that knee is right on top of the ankle, it's not forward of the toes, and it's not leaning right or left. It's going to be a little bit more challenging to do with kind of the counter weight of this outside leg. You got it. Woo, we're just setting that outside foot on the ground when we lower and then lifting it straight up. This is so good. Now we're going to take that outside leg, hold it on the ground for this next part. Thankfully, that feels good. But we're going to go to the lower edge of our squat, the basement of our squat, lifting up halfway only and then lowering back down. Halfway only, lowering back down. So you're bending knees at the very lowest portion of your squat where your knees are okay, your knees are safe, but your quads are shaking, your glutes are shaking, your hamstrings are shaking. Yes, yes, yes. Nice. Pause here, little take it all the way to the bottom, little pulse. It's up, 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 up. You got it. So that outside leg is getting just a little bit of reprieve, but don't worry. We're gonna give it a little something special here in a sec. Here's 3. Here's 2. Now, hold at the bottom. Make sure all the weight is in that inside leg, the knee that's bent. We're gonna give me a little lift out with that outside leg. It's lift and tap and lift and tap. Here's 3, 2, 1. Let's come all the way up. We're going to, yes, that feels good on the inside leg. We're gonna keep it going with the outside leg. So now it's just a leg lift all the way up and then down, up and down. So we're squeezing from the side of the seat. We're trying to stay upright with the torso so we avoid leaning over towards that wall beside us. Woo, yeah. And then I want you to take it all the way down, lift it halfway up. All the way down, lift it halfway up. Good, you're inhaling as you lower, you exhale as you rise. For 3, here's 2, 1. Now take it up to the top and halfway down. Top, halfway down. These will not last long. You got it. Here's 3. Here's 2, little lift at the top for 4, 3, 2, hold for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Oh my goodness, set that down. Shake those hips side to side. I'm gonna get spun around here. We'll meet you over on the other side. Perfect. All right. So you kind of know where we're going with this, whether that's a good or bad thing. I'm not sure. But we're going to take it down into that single leg squat. That outside leg lifts as you come into standing. Ooh, so both portions of this are hard. It's hard on the way down. It's hard on the way up. You can do it though. It's inhale on the way down. Exhale as you lift. Good. Keep it strong here. Watch your posture. You want the shoulders back away from the ears. Maybe a little smile on your face, just maybe. Here's 3. Here's 2. You got it. So that top leg, or the outside leg comes down. We're gonna take it to the bottom half of our single leg squat. So little lift up, take it down. So this is bigger than a pulse. This is just dependent on what your full range looks like, but somewhere in the neighborhood of probably 4 to 6 inches. You got it. Ooh, it's feeling so good. We're working major muscles here in the lower body, which is increasing our body's metabolism. Here's 3. Here's 2. Here's 1. It's a little pulse up, up, up. So these are so small now, just less than an inch. You got it. Woo, very nice. Keep going. Here's 3, 2, pause here, shift all the way into the inside leg. Woo, really brace here for that little leg lift. It's up, 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 up. 3, 2, 1. Come all the way up now. Yeah, that feels nice for like a half second. And now we get to continue with that full bar series on the outside leg. So it's a lift up and tap, up and tap. You're exhaling as you lift, inhaling as you lower. You're super tall here, right? I know you are. I can see you through the screen. I can see you. So you're standing up super tall for 3, 2, 1. Now we get a little bit of a breather. It's halfway up, all the way down, halfway up. So we tap that foot down each time. Feels a little bit nicer. Just resetting so we can gather the strength that we need to do what's next. Let's do it all the way up, halfway down, all the way up, halfway down. 2 more times. Yes, yes, yes. Give me little pulses. Yes. And we're just going to hold for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and set it down. Oh my goodness. I'd say this definitely calls for a little stretch. So we're going to take a figure 4 stretch. If you have a bar or a wall or a couch or something nearby, that can help you steady your balance. Otherwise, we are just going to cross one ankle over the opposite thigh. Really nice little stretch here for the booty, just in case it happens to be feeling anything going on here. I bet it might. And then we'll cross over to the other side. Beautiful. And then let's lift all the way up. That's amazing. Awesome. We have more work to do. From here, we're moving into a side lunge. So we step it out towards the side and then lift that leg up into what we call passe from ballet. So it's a side lunge, kind of borrow from fitness into that passe. Good. Maybe from here we start to add a little bit of a sweep of the arms and then a little semicircle up, make it feel graceful. Now again, we want to make sure that we're stepping far enough out to the side that we are not sending the knee over the toes. Good. The weight is really sinking back, like you could touch your booty to the wall behind you without falling backwards. Gotta watch out for that. And then as we lift up into that passe, the knee is pointing out towards the side. So it's external rotation of that hip. You got it. Getting a lot of heart elevation in here from this big movement, big level change. Let's do 4. Here's 3, 2. Now we're going to hold at the bottom of this next one, and hands are going to come to the hips. We're going to go halfway up for our bottom half range, and then all the way back down. Good. So the foot's going to stay planted for this one. It's a small kind of 4 to 6 inch lift. Take it back down. Lift it only up to the first floor, not to the second. Good. Coming up from the basement to ground floor. You got it. Keep the belly pulling in so we keep the torso long, even though we're hinged forward a little bit. The spine is long. It's not rounding. Shoulders are down away from the ears. Good. Could you give me a little lift up now and down? Little lift up. So this is just a pulse. So we've shortened the range by about a few more inches. Yes. Gives us an excuse to get a little bit more mileage out of this side lunge. So good for that booty. Woo! Here's 3. Here's 2. We're going to hold here. This is a static hold. I want you to sweep your arms out beside you. Good. Holding here. Yes, you can. Take the hands back to the hips. Pull belly in, lengthening your spine. Very good. Now we're going to press all the way up now. Big step up into that passe. Hold your passe this time. We're going to send the foot out to the side and then flex the foot lower down for développé. Good. Find your passe. Send it forward and then flex the foot in low. So it's a 3-part movement. Find the knee, point it out, flex and lower. Last time like this. Very good. We've got the other side to do next. So we're starting with the side lunge and then external rotation. Find that knee. Good. Just get the arms involved here. You can almost find a little bit of momentum with the arms just to make it feel like a fluid, sweeping, graceful motion, kind of connecting a little bit with the ballet roots that the bar method originally started with. Beautiful. Whew, this is so good for you. Yes. The body likes these big ranges of motion. So the bar method that I teach, the bar above method, we teach working in full range. That's the most functional way to get your muscles strong and used to moving. we burn the most calories and also make our metabolism the most efficient as it can be by working in this way. Good. From here, we're going to take it down, plant that foot. Hands come to hips, and it's a halfway lift. Take it back down. Halfway lift. Take it back down. You're exhaling every time you lift. You inhale as you sink it down to the basement of that side lunge. You got it. Don't cheat on me. Try to stay nice and low here. This won't last forever. You're going to be so glad you did this. Just stay with me. It's you and me, babe. All right, little pulses. So 1 inch lift up, 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 up. You can do it. Whoo, yes. Here's 3, 2, 1. Okay, hands to hips. Static hold. So we're holding at that lowest portion. Now fly those arms out behind you, just opening the chest. Try to stretch that chest open a little bit more, checking in with that posture. Woo, almost there, almost there. Take the hands back to the hips and then press, big press up into passe. You're gonna point that toe and extend that leg and then flex the foot and lower. So find the knee, point it out to the side, flex and lower. Let's do it again 2 more times. You're standing so tall for this one. And come all the way down. Very, very good. Our curtsy lunge is next. So again, you've got an option to hold onto a ballet bar as you do this for balance, or for more balance challenge, you can just come out into the open. We're gonna sweep one leg behind you into your curtsy lunge, and we take it down and up, down and up. Now we stay nice and upright with the torso. There's no reason not to for this. You got it. We look like a ballerina here. We have a nice, pleasant look on our face. We're keeping the shoulders down away from the ears. Good. So lowering down to your end range, not mine. Yours may be deeper, yours may be not as deep, and that's all good. We find what works uniquely for you. Inhale down, exhale up. Let's do 2 more. Now I'm going to give you a choice. We're going to be in this half range for a little while, so I want you to choose whether it's the top half where you come a little bit down and then all the way back up, or the lower half and then lifting up halfway. Good, so we've got a kind of a long series here. If you even want to switch from one to the other, midpoint, that's totally cool. Good, now as you find that halfway position, so either the top or the bottom half, I want you to focus on keeping your postural points intact. So shoulders back, belly in. Gaze is straight up at me. Yes, you can do it. Could you take it even slower? Notice if you're going faster to try to kind of wiggle out of it. We're going to just dive into it, okay? We're going to lean into that challenge. Yes, you can. Here's 3, 2. Now we're all going to meet at the bottom. So the bottom of your curtsy lunge, it's a little lift up for that pulse, back down. A little lift up. Take it back down. Yes, you can. Pulse, pulse, pulse. For 4, 3, 2, pause here. Our static hold is next. Could you take the arms overhead? Inhale, sweep them out to the side. Exhale and close. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. We're going to do that 2 more times. I know. Last time. All right, from here, we're going to lift up from that standing position into our attitude. So bent knee and then lift up into standing in our attitude. Good. You're keeping that ankle nice and high. The knee is coming behind you. Belly's pulling in. That's important. We don't want to arch in the back here. For 3, 2, 1, we put that foot back down. Now we do a little cardio burst. So you are more than welcome to take it into speed. You could go a little bit deeper into that range of motion, maybe sweeping arms with you. Or you could take a little tiny pop here, a little tiny pop. Good, just give me 15 more seconds. I know, this is crazy, but you're doing so well. You're making it look so good. I can tell, I can feel you through the screens here. Here's 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Oh my goodness. Yes, let's come all the way up. Shake the hips side to side. Whew, well, the good news is we survived that side. I think we're just gonna ace this next side. So let's try. So we are gonna sweep the opposite leg behind us, torso's upright, hands to hips, it's down and up, down and up. Good. So we're working lower body and upper body separately today, especially since we don't have any equipment that we're working with today. And that's all good. That allows us to focus a little bit more on perfecting the form since we're not thinking about quite so many things at once. Nicely done. You got it. Here's 4 more full range, please. Good. And now it's your choice for an extended half range. So it could be top half, looks like this, or you could take it lower, that bottom half. So that's your choice. We still got obviously a little bit of ways to go after this. So pace yourself accordingly. There's nothing wrong with that. Are you still breathing deeply? That breath is super important for keeping us oxygenated, powering up this work. You got it. Here's 4 more halves. And then after that 4, you're coming into your pulses. So it's small, it's tiny, it's controlled. You're checking in with your posture again here, just in case you started to get a little wilted here in the front, upper body. You're gonna stand up or sit up nice and straight here, even though the legs are bending. And then static hold, so pause here. Arms come out overhead on the inhale. I'm sorry, exhale, close them together. Inhale, we'll open it up, and then exhale, close it back together. Inhale, open. Let's do that one more time. And then we get to stand up. That kind of feels good for our attitude. And then take it back down to that curtsy. Up and down. Up, pull belly in so we're not arching the back, please. Here's 3, 2, here's 1. Got the cardio burst next. Don't forget about it. So we can go speed. We can take the arms and go a little bit deeper for our range of motion, or we can add that little pop. Come on, give it to me. 15 more seconds. I don't care if that pop is invisible. Mine probably is too, but oh my goodness, I'm definitely feeling it. Come on, you can do this. Just 7 more seconds. Here's 4, 3, 2, and 1. Amazing. So let's just fold forward. You can hold on to either a wall or a bar. We're going to take a little bend into one knee here. It should feel good. And the outside, the opposite leg. And then bend into the other leg, kind of just alternating here. Taking a breath or 2 in each direction. Whew, we're going to take a couple more. That was pretty intense. You got it. Good deal. Now from here, we're going to be moving into our flat back fold over. So if you do not have a bar, no worries. You are going to want to kind of reposition to either the top of like a countertop, or the back of a chair, or the back of a couch can typically be a good height. And from here, we're going to fold forward so that the forearms are stacked and the forehead is resting on the arms. So we want that forehead all the way down. For the standing leg, it's important that it's right under the hip. So notice if you're kind of standing way out here, we want it to just be stacked under the hip. The right leg is going to extend behind us. We draw belly in. That's important. The belly has to keep working, which is not so hard now, but I'll have to remind you at the end perhaps. We're going to flex into the right foot, and when we lift that heel up, no higher than hip height, and then tap it back down. Lift it up, tap it back down. Now what often happens here, especially towards the end of class, we're getting a little tired. We often will try to help the situation out a little bit here by hiking that right hip a little bit higher. And that feels a little bit more dancey too, because we get more length. However, we don't want the height of the leg. We want the engagement of the booty on the supporting leg. So we want to value that first over and above the height of the leg, which means we're squaring off those hips, belly comes down. So drop that right hip even more than you think you should, and that's probably right about it. Good. Here's 3. Here's 2. Now could you lift it halfway up, tap it back down, halfway up, tap it back down. So what's going on with your upper body meanwhile? This is the point where we want to remind ourselves to pull belly in. We're lengthening in the spine, shoulders are away from the ears. So we're not collapsing here into your makeshift bar. You're super active, pulling belly away from the floor. And then take it all the way up, halfway down, all the way up, halfway down. I know, it just got harder. Yes, it did. You're doing so, so good. Here's 3, 2, give me little 1-inch pulses at the top. Standing leg is straight, by the way. Belly's pulling in. This is so good for sculpting your lower body. For 3, 2, 1. Hold here, hold, hold, hold. Take it out to a diagonal and then give me little pulses here for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, oh my, come in, yes. Woo. From this flat back fold over, let's again alternate bending one knee and then the other before we go to the other side. Gorgeous. All right, so making sure now that the right leg is right underneath the right hip, or if you happen to do the other side, just making sure you've switched sides and that the foot is right under the hip. We'll flex into the opposite foot. That's gonna help get a little bit more into the booty, just what you wanted. I know. Keep those hips squared as you lift it up towards hip height and down. Good, up towards hip height and down. Now, things that are preventing that leg from going too sky high, remember that left hip is pulling down towards the ground, and then the belly's hugging in so we're not arching in the back. Those are going to keep everything nice and safe and effective. Good. Here's 4, 3, 2, and 1, and then we're taking it to the lower half. So it's an exhale every time we lift and inhale every time we lower. Again, notice if you're kind of collapsing here in the shoulders. Try to pull the shoulders away from the ears. Good. That bar is, or counter is just supporting you. It's not holding you up here. Here's 3, 2, 1. Take it all the way up and then halfway down, all the way up. You can do it. Belly has to work even harder here to keep the back flat. And then little pulses up, up, up. For 3, 2, 1. Take it out to the side. I know, just reach it out at that diagonal. Notice if the hip lifted lower. Give me another little pulse up, up, up. 3, 2, 1. Set it down. Yes, that is so good. We'll take another pigeon stretch here. So a little seated stretch. You can hold on to something or you can just cross one ankle over the opposite thigh. Let's make this a dynamic one. Since we've kind of had the booty stuck in one position, let's kind of move through it. So we kind of lift and lower, lift and lower. Let's do that 2 more times on this side. And then we'll take it over to the other side. Lift and lower, lift and lower. Just kind of recirculating the energy through that hip. Good. And then let's come all the way up, shall we? That feels good. From here, we're going to be moving into our prone and upper body and core work. So that means we're coming down, face down. We're going to start from a plank position, and we're going to alternate from our high plank to our low plank. So we do this by taking right forearm down, left forearm down. We go long right arm, long left arm, and then we do that again. So it's down right, down left, up right, up left, down right, down left, up right, up left. Let's do that one more time in this direction. And then we'll lead the opposite way. So we go down left, down right, up left, up right, down left, down right, up left, up right. Make sure your hips are staying low for this one, but without sagging. Good, keep going, using some deep, maybe Pilates breaths here, into the nose, out the mouth. Let's do one more in this direction, please. Nice, and then let's just set those knees down. Come up to an upright or kneeling position for just a second. Catch your breath. That looks pretty spectacular. And then we're moving into some push-ups. So you're more than welcome to take your push-ups on your knees if you prefer. We do want to make sure if you do that your hips are forward. There's no bend in them. Otherwise, if you are really maximizing a challenge today, you're going to tuck the toes, lift those knees off the ground. And we're doing 30 seconds of push-ups beginning now. Good. So the goal is not to do them quickly. The goal is to do them with control, to lower down without letting those shoulder blades wing out from each other. So we're separating the shoulder blades. We're lifting up in the space between the shoulder blades. We're about halfway there. Good. You can always take a little mini break if you need to in between. Inhale as you lower. Exhale as you rise. We're looking for 3, 2, and 1. Very good. Let's send it back just for a moment into a downward facing dog. So we tuck those toes underneath us, lift the hips high. This feels kind of nice. We spread the fingers wide so that we're protecting the wrists. So they're not absorbing too much pressure here. Got a couple more breaths here just to kind of reset for the next phase. And then from here, I'd like you to take your right leg high without, again, hiking the hips. So if you have the hips squared, you should be feeling this in the left calf. Good. And then from here, we're going to take it forward, knee to nose. So moving forward in plank and then lift it back into that 3-legged dog. Next time that you come forward, you're going to take that right leg through to the left elbow. You're trying to lift it up really high. Inhale back up to the ceiling. Exhale, this time right knee lifts towards the right elbow and then back up. We're going to do that whole series one more time. So right knee to nose, pardon me. Lift it back up. Exhale, right knee towards left elbow. Back to your 3-legged dog. This time it reaches to the same side. Lift it up, up, up. Try to get it above that elbow if you can. Take it back. Good. You're going to take that leg down. Let's just take it down into a quick child's pose. Nothing too comfy here, just in case maybe your hands are starting to slip or you need to roll up those wrists. And then we'll take it over to the other side. So back into a downward dog we go. Good. From here, left leg lifts high, but without hiking that hip up. You keep that belly facing down towards the ground, and then shift forward into your plank, knee to nose. Inhale, 3-legged dog. Exhale, left knee to right elbow, cross the body underneath. Inhale, 3-legged dog. Exhale, same side, so keep it high on that left elbow or maybe the tricep. Inhale back to the sky. We'll do that same thing again. So left knee to nose. Lift it back up, left knee cross the body. Inhale and reach the leg up, still squaring the hips, and then take it over to the same side. Woo! And then take it all the way down onto all fours. Perfect. Moving right into the next one. I know, it's a lot. We're moving into our single leg chaturanga push-ups, which gives us some stability with the core, but also works really well into the backs of our arms. So from this one, I want you to pay attention closely to what my elbows are doing. I'm from an all-four position, so I'm not in a plank. I have a bend in my hips. Knees are right underneath hips. Right toes tuck behind me. And then I shift my weight forward as I spin the elbows behind me. So I'm spinning my elbows like they're grazing the ribs, and then press back up. So my leg just happens to dip down because dip up because my chest is dipping down, and then press back up. Good. Pulling belly in towards spine, trying to keep that torso so long. Big exhale as you lift back up to that kind of 3-legged for all fours position. I guess you can't call it all fours if you're on all threes. I don't really know what to call this one. Good. Let's do one more like this. Beautiful. And then we'll take that knee in, send the opposite foot behind you this time. So again, really squeeze. So this is what we would kind of in a yoga call our chaturanga push-up. So elbows are sweeping behind us instead of a traditional push-up where they sweep out these sides. So make sure it's like you almost want to feel the inner edges of your arms, or maybe you do, on the edges of the ribs as you lower that chest down, and then lift all the way up. Good. This is challenging for sure. We're just toning the backs of our arms, the triceps, while we work into the various muscles of the core. So let's do 2 more. Woo! Last one. There we go. So we take that knee in now. Let's swing those hips just side to side. Release for a second. You got it. Making sure those wrists are still underneath the shoulders. Good, and spread the fingers wide to protect the wrists. From here, from all fours, the knees are right in your hips. I'm going to tuck my toes. I'm going to lift the knees, tap the ground. Lift the knees, tap the ground. Good. Keep lifting and tapping and lifting and tapping for 4, 3. Here's 2. Now pause with the knees lifted. You're going to place those knees side by side so legs are squeezing in towards each other. And then swing both knees towards the right center, left, center, right, center, left, center. Keep actively pressing the ground away from you, please. We're gonna do that 2 more times in each direction, finding rotation of the spine, engagement of the obliques along the side of the waist. Last one. And come all the way down. Perfect. From here, we are getting it done. We are gonna move into our side lying work. Now we're gonna start in a modified side plank, this time with the knee all the way under the hip. So if by any chance you don't have the opening or this kind of bow flexibility to reach for the ground when the knee is right under the hip, you could also place a block or a stack of books underneath that top hand. Otherwise, from here, top leg comes out to the side. We're gonna reach the arm overhead and then crunch knee towards elbow and reach. Crunch on the exhale, reach on the inhale. Good. If you wanted to make this a little bit more challenging, arm and leg come long towards each other. Yes. Whew, so you should be feeling this in the top of the waist, in those obliques. Very good. Here's 3, 2, 1, and now we get to lie all the way down on our side. So you can either prop your head up in your hand, or you can take the head down onto a long arm. We're going to take our heels together, toes apart, and for our clamshells. I like to keep my bottom toes on, or my bottom ankle on the ground. It's up to you. Keeping it lifted can add a little bit more if you want. We're gonna take the knee up to the ceiling and then tap it down. Take it up, tap it down. Now notice if your top hip is moving backwards in space as you do this. We want to squeeze from the side of the seat, so really that hip bone is staying right in place. It's not moving forward and back. Good, a little squeeze as you take that knee up. Here's 4. Here's 3. Here's 2. Good, now from here, could you separate the ankles? It's just a lift up and down, up and down for 4, 3, 2. Now I want you to send the toes forward. The knees are still stacked on top of each other. There's about a fist distance between them. And from that diagonal position with that front leg, we're gonna lift up, 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 up. 3, 2, 1. Good. Now take that long leg and point it just straight beside you now. So straight out to the side of the body. Bottom leg reaches out long, and then we're gonna lift that bottom leg to join the top. So top leg stays where it is. Bottom leg lifts up on the exhale. Up, up. 3, 2, 1. And then take the bottom leg and the top leg to the ground. Both legs lift up and down and up and down. So cinching in the top of the waist here to feel this. For 3, for 2, for 1. Perfect. Now before we take it to the other side, we're going to come onto a reverse plank. So fingertips are spinning behind us. We can keep the knees bent, or for more, we could take the legs long as we softly bend into the triceps or bend the elbows to work the triceps, and then lift back up. Good. Dip it down, lift it back up, lift it, bend it down, lift it back up. Here's one more. There we go. Okay, from here we're going to take everything we did on the other side on this side. So we flip over. We're starting with that side plank. Knee is right underneath the hip. Top arm reaches up. Crunch on the exhale, knee towards elbow. We're lifting everything up. So we're really trying to reach that knee up to the ceiling, as though we could get it up to the side of our head instead of forward of us. Good. And then if you took the long lever variation instead, that makes the waist have to work a little bit harder. You can take that now. Good. Here's 3, 2, and 1. Clamshells are next. Remember, for these, we have heels together, toes open. You can either have your head up in your hand or all the way down, doesn't matter. We're going to keep the shoulders really traveling away from each other as we open the knee up towards the ceiling and connect. Open it up and connect. Keep those heels together as you do that. You're squeezing from the side of the seat. You're not letting that top hip roll backwards towards the wall behind you. Good. Here's 4, 3, 2, last one, and now both the ankle as well as the knee travel away from the bottom leg, keeping that nice 90-degree bend, and back down and up and down, just burning out a little bit of that side of the seat, the gluteus medius and minimus. This helps keep your glute muscles balanced, help keep your back and your knees healthy. And then hold at the top. You're gonna extend that front shin forward. So your knees are still stacked on top of each other. That front leg is kind of at a diagonal in front of your body. And then you're gonna lift it up, 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 up. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now sweep that leg back in line with the midline, just like you were standing on one leg if you were to do this upright. And that bottom leg shoots out underneath you. And then you're gonna squeeze bottom leg to top. Lower bottom leg only, squeeze it back up. Good, exhale as you squeeze, inhale, release. Here's 2, 1. Now both legs come down, glue them together, and then it's the strength of the side of your waist that's lifting it. Both legs up and down and up. Good, you got it. Here's 3, 2, and 1. That's amazing. All right, we're closing in on it here. Last 10 minutes. We're gonna roll onto our back here. We're moving into a bridge. So we firm up in the back to the shoulders, back to the arms, so the feet are on the ground, knees are bent. We're gonna lift the hips up to the sky, strengthening in the hamstrings, the glutes, the low back. Pausing for 3 rounds of breath here at the top. Good. Again, maybe coming into that Pilates breath here with our mat work. So inhaling through the nose, deep exhale through the mouth. And then you can either set your hips down to reset and then join us for the single leg bridge next, or you can just go ahead and lift that right leg up to the sky. And you're gonna lower the hips down about 6 inches as you keep that right toe pointing up towards the sky, and lower and lift. Good, about halfway down, and then lift it back up. Here's 3. Here's 2, 1. Now set that foot back down on the ground. We're gonna move it over to the other side. Again, you can have the option to set the hips down before you get reset if you'd like. Left toes reach up towards the sky. You're gonna dip the hips about halfway down and then lower them back up. That left toe is just pointing up towards the ceiling the whole time. We're trying to keep the hips level even though they have unequal weight. Good. It's so good for working a little bit deeper into our obliques, the deep core muscles as well. Here's 2. Here's 1. Perfect. We're going to lie all the way down onto our back, moving into an opposite hand to foot. We're going to take right arm towards right leg as though they could touch, and then take it back down. Good. Reach it up to the other side. If this is feeling a little too intense, you can keep the opposite knee bent and do it one at a time. Good. So exhale as you lift, inhale as you open. Last time on the other side. Perfect. From here we lie all the way back down onto our back. We move into our bend and stretch. So legs find tabletop position. So we have a 90-degree bend in the the shins, knees, and thighs. And then we extend the legs out in a diagonal without letting your back lift. So you have no arch in your back. Take it back to 90, send it out, back to 90, send it out. Now this time, pause when the legs are out. Move the toes away from each other so you're in a little V shape with the feet, and then lift the legs back above the hips. You're gonna lower down without arching in the back. If you need to wiggle your palms underneath you to avoid arching in the back, you could do that. Here's 3. Here's 2. Here's 1. Take your 90-degree bend again. Shins are parallel to the ground. Take the arms to either side of you without letting either shoulder lift off the ground. Move both knees, windshield wiper them over towards the right side. And then powerful exhale back towards the middle. Over to the left in the inhale. Don't let the opposite shoulder lift up though. It's good. Strong exhale back towards the center. Let's do that one more time, each direction. Other side. Perfect. And then let's lower the feet down onto the mat. We're going to take it into a pigeon pose. So just crossing a right ankle over left thigh. Let's just grab hold of that shape. So either interlacing hands behind hamstring or behind the shin, pulling it in towards the body. And then let's take this into a twist. So that whole pigeon just turns towards the left side. Right arm is long. You can hold on to that either like the ankle or the shin if that feels good. Just releasing everything. We worked so hard today. We want to make sure we stretch and relax and release those muscles so that they can get their proper recovery and the body can come back and heal so that it can be strong and receive the full benefit of this work. And then we'll take it back towards the center. We'll unhook right ankle from left thigh. Just take it over to the other side. So happy baby first, sending tailbone down as you squeeze that whole shape in towards the chest. Couple more deep breaths here. Should feel good. And then let's take that over into a twist. So left arm reaches out to the side of the shoulder. Your gaze is over that left hand, finding that twist in the opposite direction, away from the body. Good. Come back towards the midline. We're going to take it into a happy baby. So taking the knees out towards the sides of the shoulders. Feet are flexed up towards the sky. You can either hold on to calves or ankles or even feet if it's accessible, as long as we're still sending the tailbone back down onto the mat. So we're lengthening spine and releasing the hips. Steady breaths here. Good. Taking both legs over. We're going to move into a plow pose. So we're kind of borrowing our cool down from yoga today. So reaching legs behind us, you can prop yourselves up on, or prop your hands on your low back to get those hips up. Just lengthening in the spine. Good. Make sure your chin is not crunched into your chest here, that it's just nice and open in the neck. Good. And slowly easing those hips down. Let's bend into the knees, 1 foot at a time. To extend the legs long, we'll take a little heart opener here, our fish pose from yoga. So we slide the hands, the palms underneath the bum, and then we peel the chest up, lifting our gaze back. So the heart and the throat are higher than the head. Good, and then releasing everything back down. Let's just end with 3 deep breaths just here on the ground, absorbing all of the work. Just congratulating ourselves for a job well done and thanking our bodies for what they're able to do today. They are truly works of art, and your dedication to showing up here and continuing to invest in your body ensures that that will continue to be the case year after year.
So how was it for you? Whew, it was intense for me, but every day we just show up and we do the best that we can, and that is amazing. I'm so proud of you for that. Speaking of which, I just really believe that we don't give ourselves enough credit in our self-talk day to day. We always tend to focus on our imperfections instead of how much of a badass we truly are. And it's only by acknowledging those little wins and those victories that we actually move forward and feel motivated to create that consistency time after time. So in order to help us all with our self-talk, especially when it comes to our body and our fitness, I've created a special little collection of audio affirmations that are all focused on body positivity and setting goals around your fitness and your well-being that centers from a place of self-love. That's the only truly worthwhile place to really find the motivation to get into a consistent, healthy lifestyle. So I would love for you to download these audio affirmations for free at wellthyboss.com/audio. So I will link to that in the description below, and I can't wait to see how you enjoy these affirmations. Again, we just need to show up day after day, honoring what we're able to do, and then each day doing our best. So I hope you find that helpful. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Would love it if you shared it with someone who might also enjoy a no equipment, low impact workout at home. And I can't wait to see you next time. So make sure you subscribe. Make sure you subscribe. I want to see you next week. Take care.